Now my pleasure to introduce Mike Coyle, PSEG.
Good morning, everyone. It's my pleasure to introduce County Executive Dan Benson. Dan Benson grew up in Mercer County's Hamilton Township and went on to receive his bachelor's degree from Georgetown University, where he studied physics and government before returning to New Jersey and earning his master's in public policy from Rutgers Blaustein School. At age 25, he was elected to the Hamilton Township Council in 2001, followed by his election to the Mercer County Board of Commissioners in 2008. Dan was elected to the New Jersey Assembly in 2011, and over 12 years as a legislator, he was a prime sponsor on nearly 400 bills signed into law. In 2023, Dan was elected the first new Mercer County executive in 2 decades, pledging to bring a new spirit of collaboration, innovation, and transparency to county government. Dan continues to live in Hamilton Township, where he and his wife, Dr. Hyundai Benson, are raising their son, Nicholas. Ladies and gentlemen, Mercer County Executive Dan Benson.
This is a great crowd. Yeah. It's wonderful. It is so gratifying to see everyone here. I can't tell you how excited I am. I see some folks standing in the back. We do have some lovely chairs on the balcony for those who want to see a really good view. A little chilly this morning though, but no, seriously, welcome everyone. It is just really great to have everyone together. I see so many friendly faces and folks that we've been working with these past year and a half since I came into office. And I can't start this speech without first recognizing someone that came before me and served our county for over 20 years, Brian Hughes, who we lost last week, and just want to acknowledge his passing and take a moment of silence. Thank you so much. As everyone knows, Brian was a devoted public servant and was just truly a decent man who led Mercer County for over 20 years. I had the opportunity to work with him, and I know how deeply he believed in both public service and helping those in need. As always, our thoughts are with his wife Pam, his son Sullivan, and the entire Hughes family. I also want to start by thanking my longtime friend and now Robbinsville Councilman Hal English. Where'd Hal go? Oh, there he is, sitting down over there. Along with his outstanding team at the Princeton Mercer Chamber of Commerce for organizing this event. I know they were after me for a long time. What date do you want? What date do you want? We finally picked a date and we're like, that's the date you want? No, we're gonna move it. But they are always wonderful to work with and they know best. And so we have a wonderful crowd because of the work that they did. Now last year when I spoke, I was really clear that the county was facing some historic challenges. We were in a tough financial spot. Our credit rating was at risk. And it threatened our ability to deliver for the people who depend on us. So we rolled up our sleeves, we tightened our belts, and we got to work with our amazing team and our partners with our commissioners. And today, I'm proud to report that that hard work is starting to pay off. We asked our county employees to do more with less, and they rose to the occasion. Our team worked really late into the night, crunching numbers, and we passed a budget that will put us in a much stronger position. And again, thank you to our commissioners for helping us through that process. Now, while there's more work to be done, I know we're on the right path. At a time when our leaders in DC are choosing to put billionaires ahead of working families, here in Mercer County, we're choosing a different path. We're choosing to invest in our community and our people. Now, Mercer County is planting the seeds for our future, and that future is bright. Because Mercer is a special place, and we believe that it should be leading the way here in New Jersey. We want to set the standard, and we want to show the entire region how government can and should work for the people. We have the vision, we definitely have the talent. And boy, do we have an amazing team here at the county. We're ready to work alongside our partners at the town and state levels to turn that vision into a reality. And again, I can't do the things I do without our commissioners, without our team, without our partners, the mayors in all 12 municipalities, and our amazing legislative partners at the state level. None of our progress would be possible without the people who keep Mercer County running. I just want to take a moment to thank all of our amazing county employees from top to bottom. Can we just give them a round of applause? And to our residents and community leaders here in the room and all across the county, thank you for your feedback and participation, your partnership, and standing with us as we work to build a stronger Mercer County for all. We've accomplished a lot over this past year, and I'm excited to report on some of that progress. So starting with economic development, we're driving economic development all across the county while partnering with our cities. And there's no better example of our work than that with the capital city and our Mayor Rika Ciora. Our partnership with Trenton is essential to Mercer's future, and we're just getting started. One of the projects I'm most proud of, and I know we have a number of folks from the Trenton Thunder team here, is the investment we're making to upgrade the park. I remember 30 years ago when the ballpark first opened. Like many of you, I've enjoyed going to the games, eating dollar hot dogs, and cheering on not only the Thunder, but the amazing Golden Retriever bat dogs. Now I get to bring my son to those same games, and just to see that wonder in his eyes as he gets to watch baseball here in the capital city of Trenton. Now, thanks to the leadership of Joe Pisa in our Parks Department, we're preparing the ballpark to today's Mercer Major League Baseball standards that'll help us attract an affiliated team once again. I also want to thank particularly Assemblyman Varelli and our legislative team for their advocacy and support of securing $6.5 million in state budget support to make this project happen. And with additional support from our commissioners and our budget and our capital budget, Trenton is a baseball town and a baseball region, and Mercer County is fully committed to seeing this project all the way through. Even if baseball's not your sport, okay, get out there.
It is.
See them, I was going to say, see Doug Palmer, he'll set you straight. Upgrading the ballpark is a whole lot more than that. It's about what happens around the stadium, creating jobs, supporting local businesses, and making our streets more vibrant. It's part of a larger vision that includes the ballpark, the arena, downtown Trenton, and the revitalization of the Delaware waterfront, which will reconnect Trenton to its riverfront. It's a home run for the entire community. Which brings me to my other labor of love since I came in, and that's the South Broad Street Vision Plan. Now, this wasn't something that just came out of whole cloth for myself. This was a plan that sat on the shelf for many, many years. Now, we dusted it off and are working to update it, re-engage in the community to inspire them and to get their feedback. Now, many of you probably know I grew up just a mile up the road from here. I went to school right off the South Broad Street, a few blocks from the county administration building. I'm a proud graduate of Holy Cross Grammar School on Cass and Beatty, now housing the Foundation Academy High School. And that's why I'm so excited about what we're doing from Cass Street and around the Cure Arena. We're transforming it into a hub for sports, history, government, and entertainment. Our streetscaping plan will completely modernize the area with new sidewalks, bike lanes, ADA compliant ramps, lane restriping, and landscaping. This is going to be a vibrant district that complements the small business commercial development that's already happening in the neighborhood. And we're working on stakeholder engagement and gathering the community's input as we speak. Again, I want to thank Mayor Rika Ciora, the entire township, city council for the MOU that they signed working with us to allow us to do this work. I'd also like to thank the EO 40, Executive Order 40 staff led by State Treasurer Liz Moyo, and the support of Commissioner Jacqueline Suarez at DCA, and the HMFA Executive Director Melanie Walter. Their leadership has been instrumental in making this vision a reality. Now, I know we have at least one council person from Ewing. I don't think I see the mayor here, but we have some folks from council from Ewing. So we've made a lot of progress at the Trenton Mercer Airport in Ewing Township. Progress that's been years in the making. When I ran for office, I pledged to see the terminal replacement project through to completion and to build it with local union labor. And I know we have representatives from local labor here today. Let's just give them a round of applause. Because this isn't just a county project. It's a major draw for the entire region. When I see legislative leaders from both sides of the aisle and I see Congress folks from across the river, they always ask, how's it coming with the airport project? It is the most visible project in our county and most important for our long-term future. The airport brings in as many travelers from across the river as the Trenton Thunder Ballpark as well. It's something that attracts from all over the region here into Mercer County, and that makes us a great economic hub. The new aircraft rescue and firefighting building is the first step towards unlocking the airport's full potential as a modern transportation and economic development area. Thanks to the strategic leadership of our interim airport director, Eric Bilowitz, we were able to shift the funding from this project from federal ARPA dollars to using county funds. That move allowed us to break ground faster, freed up federal dollars for more pressing needs in our community, and made the project eligible for FAA reimbursement. In fact, we've created new signage to direct people to the airport, as you can see on the slide. Some of them on the left for wayfinding has already been installed, and these others will be installed shortly. Thanks again to our partnership with our Parks Department and our airport. Speaking of federal funds, working with our commissioners, we've dedicated ARPA dollars to work to make sure urgent infrastructure needs across our county libraries are met. I know the mayor of West Windsor is here and some of our council members. I know how excited they are to make sure they have a roof that doesn't leak and to make sure that the new carpeting stays dry. From our roof repairs to HVAC replacements, we're making sure that these public spaces remain safe, welcoming, and accessible for the entire community. And back over to the city of Trenton, again, through an MOU with our Mercer County Improvement Authority, we've stepped up to manage the reconstruction and the reopening of the historic Old Eagle Tavern, one of Trenton's most cherished landmarks. The city of Trenton received $3.5 million in EDA funds for this project, and the county is proud to serve as a partner, like we're doing with the Hamilton Municipal Complex being built. I want to thank Mercer County Improvement Authority Executive Director and my friend Anthony Varelli for the leadership on this project. Thank you. Speaking of historic properties, not only in the city but across Mercer County, as we all know, next year marks our nation's 250th anniversary. It's truly an extraordinary time to reflect on our legacy and celebrate our community. Under the leadership of Culture and Heritage Division Chief Adamus Margison, who I know is here as well, and Tourism Division Director Jamie Volker, we're coordinating with our towns and partners to tell our story. So we're ready to welcome new visitors and highlight everything Mercer has to offer. You can see the new logos on the screen, and we hope to launch the new website later this year. I always like to joke our unofficial tagline, but official tagline is, for those that are history buffs, Mercer didn't exist until 1838, but before we were Mercer, we were already making history. So how do we connect those communities? Well, good travel means good planning. And planning and innovation have been central to our progress here in our first year. Under Planning Director Maria Connolly, who's here as well, we're advancing bold, people-first initiatives that connect communities and move Mercer forward. That includes expanding multimodal transportation, creating inclusive playgrounds, implementing complete streets, and building a Vision Zero strategy, as well as transitioning our trade fleet for seniors, veterans, and the disabled to electric vehicles. This year, we reached a major milestone in the loop, the long-anticipated opening of the Johnson Trolley Line Trail, a key investment in active transportation and community connectivity. This project has been also many years in the making, and we're finally glad to get it across the finish line. We've received a $25 million commitment from the state to ensure the trolley lines connect communities from Trenton to Princeton with a key pedestrian and bike bridge over Route 295. Again, I can't emphasize how groundbreaking this is. This is not a recreational trail. This is a walkable trail that connects communities, that connects jobs, that connects recreation and playgrounds, and retail. It was a major connector before 295 was built, from the 1930s on, and it really will be a game changer for Mercer County once again. And that bridge did not just happen without the support of local officials, our state officials, our commissioners, and the amazing support of our DOT Commissioner, Fran O'Connor, who really, for the first time after years of trying to get this done, sat down and said, let's make this happen. And that is just tremendous. I also want to just highlight a major step forward in our trail system with the last section of the Lawrence Hopewell Trail, or the next section. This new half-mile section winds through preserved wetlands and provides a safe scenic route for cyclists and walkers that allow them to avoid traffic on Princeton Pike. And again, I think just once again, Johnson Trolley Line, Lawrence Hopewell Trail happened because of visionaries in the community that saw the possibility and made it happen. Alongside that, we're excited to be partnering with our county commissioners to launch a new trail stewardship initiative through our open space funds. This effort will use open space dollars to create a grant program for nonprofits and municipalities dedicated to managing our trails and ensuring that our open space remains accessible, safe, and equitable for all. Mercer in Motion. This year we hosted our first ever Mercer in Motion Transportation Conference, showcasing the incredible forward thinking and leadership of our planning team and highlighting the innovative mobility solutions that are shaping our future here in Mercer. It was truly an all-of-government approach, and it was attended all across the state and really set us on the map. Now, they wanted us to do it every year, but it was so successful, I promised our staff we'd do it every other year. But it's really great for us to be able to just not only show what we're doing, but become a partner in showing other folks in the state how we do it here. And we're doing that as well with our infrastructure on emergency communications. We completed a critical upgrade to our emergency communications system by implementing the new P25 radio system. For folks that don't know what that is, it's okay. This major investment in our emergency response system will make our community safer by allowing real-time interoperability among all our towns and the public safety entities. That means that our police, fire, EMS, and emergency management teams across Mercer can now communicate more reliably and in real time during emergencies. I want to thank Deputy County Administrator Ana Montero and OEM Coordinator Rich Kramer and their team for their outstanding leadership. And continuing on the line of infrastructure, the county's making real progress across the board when it comes to upgrading. Our county engineer, Sunny Musafar, has expanded ambitious bridge replacement program all across our county. This work includes the award-winning projects like the Montgomery Street Bridge over the Assapink and the Mill Hill. Our rehabilitation of this historic bridge, there was no plans. This bridge was built in the early 1800s, so they had to go in blind, working with our partners at TPD and our contractors. And that rehabilitation of the bridge won awards from the American Council of Engineering Companies, the New Jersey chapter of the ACEC, the New Jersey Society of Professional Engineers, and the New Jersey chapter of the NJSPE, which is, for those out there, basically the EGOT for engineering awards. We also recently opened a new roundabout near the Avalon development by the train station in West Windsor that improves traffic flow, increases safety tremendously, and we have more upgrades along the way. Now, for those that know Sonny, if he can put a roundabout anywhere, he'll put it there. Right. So I'm sure there's more roundabouts in everyone's future. So learn to love them. They are safer, and they really do help. We also have DOT Director Steve Benner here. He's been laser focused on our roads, and his team has repaved and maintained many miles of county roads and adjacent municipal roads as in-kind services with our mayors, extending their lifespan and keeping them safe. He's also added ADA compliance to many of our sidewalks through partnerships we have with the Bricklayers Union. We've partnered with all 12 of our municipalities in the greater TMA to launch a countywide Vision Zero action plan to analyze traffic data and identify high-risk areas and gather input to make our roads safer. We look forward to working with our commissioners on the next step as we establish Vision Zero as the priority for this county. One of the things I'm most proud of about Mercer County is its diversity. A strong community is about a whole lot more than just roads and bridges. And that's why we continue to support the arts through programs like our teen arts and senior arts shows, our cultural events like the Latino Fest and our cultural festival. And with so much progress underway, it's more important than ever that our residents and businesses can easily engage their county government. And that's why we're excited to launch a redesigned, user-friendly website focusing on accessibility, transportation, transparency, and services. The new site will support our tourism and economic development goals, as well as our 250th making Mercer County more welcoming to visitors and attracting new businesses. Stay tuned for more. And while we're looking ahead, we're also keeping a close eye on what's happening down in Washington, because the uncertainty and dysfunction are already starting to impact us here. Reckless decisions by the Trump administration threaten programs that affect our most vulnerable residents and that they depend on every day. Now, federal funding may only account for about 8% of our county funds, but those dollars are so important. They support programs that lift up historically marginalized communities, programs like public health, capital improvement projects, and job training programs. Not to mention the bulk of our social services like Medicaid and SNAP food benefits, which are under threat as we speak. And that's why we're doubling down on our commitment to deliver for our residents. Regardless of what happens at our federal level, it's why we're fixing our finances so that we can be ready to step up to the plate. Mercer County will meet the needs of our residents when others fall short, and we will. Now, none of these incredible achievements would be possible without the hard work of our team has done in cleaning up the county's finances. By tackling these financial issues head on and eliminating unnecessary debt, we've been able to free up resources to invest in these projects that benefit the entire county and community. When we took office, we inherited a well-documented fiscal crisis. In our first budget, we inherited a budget deficit of close to $27 million. Many departments were under budgeted and grappling with staffing vacancies. Grants were not accounted for, audits and financial statements were overdue. Internal financial records were in disarray, and we had over $10 million in deferred charges that had been kicked down the road. Sadly, it wasn't sustainable. Last year's budget required hard decisions, including a tax increase. That mess, as well as the short-sighted decisions by the federal government, made it hard for the county. But with the right team, great town and state partners, we've made real progress and have a strong plan for the future that has already resulted in a budget this year that is mostly flat for most of our homeowners, and that deserves a lot of applause for the team. We recently got our report back from Moody's, from the rating agency, and I can't tell you, they kept our rating flat, which was wonderful to see, but what was in the release is really what was so gratifying. They recognized the work that we're doing on surplus and on a number of financial indicators, all moving in the right direction. They talked about the changes and the new financial team in there in glowing ways and said they could see a future where they upgrade us once again as long as we stay on this path. It shows how important leadership is and sticking to the team to make sure that not only are we doing those internal cost-saving measures, but that we restore accountability and we bring discipline back to our budgeting process. We've also made some important operational changes to ensure something like what happened in the past never, ever happens again. And those strategies are delivering results. We have upgraded our accounting procedures and created corrective action plans for all the issues that were flagged in the 2022 and 23 audit, and we've been making great progress in implementing them. We fully implemented the Edmunds accounting system, and today that modern software is saving us millions through better management of grants, procurement, and accounts payable and receivable. The grant oversight piece of this is so critical. Mismanagement cost us over $1 million in overexpended funds in just 2023 alone. Thanks to the system, we've been able to clean up our debt sheets and refocus on strategic investments across the county. I want to thank CFO Nick Trescente and his team for all the amazing work that they've done in fixing this. And I know a lot of folks probably know Prime Point from these different events as well as from the ballpark sponsorship. They've been on the county's payroll software provider for a number of years. And because of the leadership of Alejandro Silva and Human Resources, we're actually now fully leveraging that platform's capabilities and getting a lot more productivity out of it. It's not just something that we checked the box and bought. It is now integral to how we operate. And it's really helping us, again, make sure we manage our employees so much better. And we have adopted a new employee manual and made it a top priority to recognize employee milestones of folks that have served for many years for our county. At a time when our nation's public employees are under attack, I'm again proud to say here in Mercer County, morale is strong because we know Mercer County is only as strong as the people who serve it. So again, thank you to all of our county employees. Our Deputy Administrator of Community Services, Tron Tice McKnight, is leading the way in preserving and expanding the county's programs that help those most in need. This year, we've made significant strides in addressing food insecurity, housing, mental health, and homelessness to ensure that no one in Mercer County gets left behind. In partnership with the Rescue Mission, we've supported the launch of a respite center to support residents who are discharged from hospitals but don't have a safe place to go to recover. Under Deputy Director Jackie Cornell's leadership, we established a new Office of Food Security, backed by a $2 million investment in innovative anti-hunger initiatives. We're taking a proactive, community-based approach to mental health and addiction services. We're partnering with Insight Health, a virtual care provider that serves both children and adults. Insight is also deploying outreach teams into our community and embedding at community events to meet people where they are and directly connect with residents in need. This work is supported by our Opioid Settlement Commission, which now includes representatives from all 12 of our Mercer County municipalities. A testament to our collaborative spirit in making sure that we end opioid deaths and end the disease of addiction. Mercer County also took a historic step forward by creating the Office of LGBTQIA+ Affairs, and this new office I got to tell you how much this office has been doing meaningful, important work this year. As we celebrate Pride Month, the Office of LGBTQIA+ Affairs is a major part of our ongoing commitment to diversity, equity, inclusion, and our support for the entire community. This office serves as a hub to help our residents navigate government programs and access essential services such as job training, housing, and economic development. It also plays a key role in assessing the evolving needs of our community, providing educational resources about legal rights, and supporting our outreach efforts across county government. All the programs we've had are been just major sellouts. Folks have been there. More importantly, we've actually had to move to larger spaces because the need is there. And we know being seen is so important at this time too, when federal rights, just rights of people to exist, are under attack in DC. Many of the programs that are risked from the federal budget cuts are also those in public health and safety. When we came into office, we knew that public health and safety faced serious challenges. It was on the top of the minds of most of our mayors, and it was top in our transition reports. Many systems were outdated, and many of our protocols were untested. We weren't ready for the next major emergency. COVID-19 made us realize and made it clear how important it is to be well-practiced and prepared. Few know this better than our County Administrator for Public Safety and Public Health and Deputy County Administrator Ana Montero, who spent her entire career on the front lines of emergency response. Today, thanks to her leadership, Mercer County is more resilient than ever. Thank you. We've made more progress this year on public health than ever before. We exceeded our goal of environmental health inspections to ensure the places that we live and work are safe and clean. We held 31 outreach events and provided service to over 2,000 people. We enacted a brand new shared service agreement with West Windsor and Trenton. Again, thank you to our mayors, to create a countywide hazmat response team. And for the first time, the county will help cover the costs to those municipalities while seeking more funds and seeking a DCA LEAP grant to cover our costs at the county level. Our team at the Office of Emergency Management is hard at work making sure we're ready for whatever comes next. And under the leadership of OEM Coordinator Rich Kramer, we have made tremendous strides. We implemented a situation report that helps our partners convey important messages during events, and we conducted 9 joint exercises, including a tabletop exercise regarding Trenton Waterworks. Our health officer, Kristen Reed, has stepped up to fill in gaps in staffing at Trenton and Hopewell when a temporary health officer was needed, as their staff was changing. Moving forward in 2025, we will be rolling out a comprehensive health needs assessment with an implementation plan to follow. And while the federal government is rolling back DEI initiatives, Mercer County is stepping them up. As we get ready to celebrate the Juneteenth holiday, we're taking time to reflect on our progress and to acknowledge the work that's still ahead. We know that we have more work to do when it comes to diversity in our public contracting. In 2018, the county launched its first set-aside program thanks to our county commissioners. That effort was followed by a disparity study, which identified the places where we'd fallen short. So to reach our equity goals, we're taking bold action both internally and externally. Internally, we're expanding awareness of Mercer, minority, women, veteran, and LGBTQIA-owned contractors. We're publicizing our vendor directory, hosting open houses, and working to build connections between our staff and diverse vendors, and the Small Business Administration representatives, who I know are here as well. Thank you for those partnerships. Externally, we're working with our state partners to improve certifications, boost awareness, and hold training sessions on bidding, benefits, and program participation. We're taking steps to ensure our equity efforts are accountable and sustainable. These include regular disparity studies every 3 years, the creation of a set-aside advisory council, and improved data tracking. We are launching a new microfunding enterprise program for minority women, veteran, and LGBTQ-owned businesses with 5 or fewer employees that haven't done previous work with the county. This initiative, This initiative lowers barriers to entry and creates new opportunities for small businesses to grow and succeed. Because frankly, doing business with government for the first time is often daunting and scary, but working with them to get through the process, it becomes easier each single time, and those small businesses can grow with work in the community, but also continuing to work with our county government. Now, none of this would be possible without the leadership of Anthony Carabelli and his outstanding team as Director of Economic Development. Let's give him a round. I want to speak to our broader vision here. Because when I came in, county government was very siloed. A lot of folks just didn't talk to each other. Departments didn't, other entities didn't that were independent. County government's large, and sometimes it's invisible. And it has many entities that operate independently. But since taking office, we've made it a priority to break down those silos and promote unity. We've built strong partnerships with Mercer County College President Dr. Debbie Preston, who's here. Mercer County Board of Social Services Director, Jeff Maskell. Jeff, are you here? Mercer County Technical Schools and Special Services School District Superintendent Matt Carey, who had their graduations last night. And Ellen Brown at the Mercer County Library System. Each of them is doing important work. No, let's give the library system. Yeah. Each of them are doing really important work, and we're making county government more efficient by collaborating together. There's no limit to how many partners we can have, because everyone has a role to play here in Mercer County's success. Now, today's a special day, not just because I'm giving a speech here or anything else. It's also my 25th wedding anniversary. So if I miss some of the events that are going on in the community tonight, you'll know why. But I can't do the work that I do without the support of my wife and my son, Nicholas, and the sacrifices that I know they make every day because I'm not always home. I'm really great, though, that my son is old enough now. He often comes with me to events, and as does my wife so often. And it's just been great to watch them, not only their pride in their county grow, but just their support of their dad and their husband, just to really continue to do the great work we do. I cannot do without them. We've come a long way here in Mercer County, and we're not done yet. For the first time in a long time, there's real energy and excitement about the future of Mercer County and our capital city. We're dusting off a lot of ideas and projects that just sat on shelves for years, and we're making them a reality. We've stabilized our finances, built a really strong, resilient team, made smart investments, collaborated and coordinated with our towns and state partners, and are laying the foundation for a stronger, better Mercer. We've done that by embracing our diversity of backgrounds, of perspective, and ideas, and staying open to new ideas and innovation. Because of the hard work of this amazing team, I can say with confidence that the state of Mercer County is much better today than it was just a year ago.
Yes, it is.
But we're not out of the woods. We still face some tough decisions as we continue to clean up, and the pressure from DC aren't going away. And the needs in our communities are real. But we are Mercer County, and we aren't afraid of hard work. We can't do it alone. We need everyone's help in this room, just to keep that momentum going. So let's keep proving that when we work together, we can make government work for everyone. I'm proud to be the leader of this county, to have the support of our commissioner board, and to count so many of you as friends. Thank you for all that we do together. Again, I want to thank Hal English and the Chamber for hosting us today. Together, we're building a stronger, more inclusive, and more vibrant Mercer County. Have a wonderful rest of the day. I'm going to take some questions, but God bless Mercer County, and God bless America.
All right.